Peace, family. So, look, I'm gonna get right into it because I've been slacking on getting these videos done, and it's on my heart to get on YouTube and do these videos, and I'm just like, I be overthinking, just trying to figure out what is there for me to say. But at this point, this channel is just really gonna be geared towards me expressing myself and the real life obstacles that I'm going through. Without divulging too much information, but just to share how I'm maneuvering through some of these obstacles in my life. And a lot of the obstacles that a lot of us are facing, which I'm really grateful for so many people, so many content creators on YouTube. Y'all be sharing y'all stories, and I go to the comments and I see how many people are really struggling with the same things that I'm going through. And it's really easy, especially if you're someone who's in hermit mode, who's isolated yourself from people. I literally have no friends. That I don't have anybody to talk to. And so it's really important for us to speak. So even if you don't have anybody to talk to, pray. And even if you don't feel called to be a content creator or have a YouTube channel or use your testimony to help other people, it's still vital that you speak what's going on and speak your thoughts, speak your emotions, speak your feelings, because too many times it become easy for these emotions and these feelings and these thoughts to be bottled up, and then nothing happens. Nothing. That energy needs to be transmuted. So this is what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. The last few videos that I posted, I'm not getting a lot of views. I literally have like one view on my video. So there's really no pressure from me at this point. Like, nobody's watching. Awesome. By the time y'all catch up to me or whatever, hopefully I'll be miles away from these things. But I just, your potential, and let me just preface this with, I am speaking to those who understand where I'm coming from. If you are here and you cannot identify with me, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to just give you fair warning. Just go to another channel, because this is not for you. If you cannot identify with these things that I'm bringing up and that I'm speaking on, and you feel like any negative emotion that may come up from me speaking these things for you, that is your indication that this is not the place for you. Period. Okay? So my whole life I've known that I was here to specifically do something on this planet. I know exactly what that is. I'm not going to get into what that is, but I know, like, some of us, the Most High gave us our purpose at a very young age. And as we grew, we shared that purpose with people who did not believe in it, who have fears, and put their fears onto us, and also went as far as to subconsciously and consciously sabotage the things that we were supposed to be here to do. And a lot of us are past our 20s. We're well into our 30s. We're well into our 40s, and sometimes 50s and 60s. I'm in my mid 30s, and I'm feeling like I have yet to accomplish the things that Allah put me on this earth to do. Okay? When I was younger, I had a lot more vigor. I had a lot more ambition. I became a mother, and although I do not like to use my being a mother as an excuse for why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that, it is definitely a reason and a big factor and why I did not move the same way I would have moved if I was without a child. Okay. With that being said, we all know that there's plenty of people who have children and they still are able to push through and accomplish their goals. And so I'm definitely not placing the blame on me being a mother. Being a mother was the best thing that I have done with my life. It's given me so much purpose beyond the purpose that I know that God put me here for. And if anything, it's made me more vigilant. It's made me vigilant. I don't even know if that's the word. It's made me more diligent. And careful with myself and my surroundings. And me becoming a mother, you know, when you become a parent, you start to assess your own parents. You start to pick up on things that they did that you want to do differently with your children. And I always believe that I came from very strong individuals, you know, but just like millions of other parents, they made their mistakes, and there's things that I feel and that I know that should have been in place for me. That's not even tangible things, you know, just having the support and the understanding of me. I feel like growing up, now that I look back, I was not understood. I wasn't valued. I wasn't respected. I was just a child, and I had no say so. My opinion didn't matter. Even when it came to the things that I wanted to do for my own life. And I'm telling y'all right now, here as a mid 30-year-old woman and mother, that shit is infuriating. And you will eventually come to a point where you start to resent the people who raised you. You start to resent your parents. You start to have so many questions as to why certain things weren't in place for you. Why you didn't have the type of support and encouragement you needed, especially if you know that they had the teachings. And this is where I've been with my life. You know, no disrespect to my parents. I love y'all. I know now that you all did the best that you could do for who you are. But I am infuriated. If y'all know how this feels, you know. It's not about placing blame. It's about speaking facts. Okay? I always knew what I was here to do. But I was crippled. I was ignored. I wasn't loved properly. I was given material items when I should have been getting the support that I needed. You know, be careful with your children in trying to give them gifts in the place of supporting them and nurturing them. Okay? Because I guarantee you, you will have a child who will grow up and realize that those gifts weren't shit. Okay? Most of those items are gone. They're gone. They don't matter. They mattered at the time. I'm still grateful for the things that were done for me. But what really mattered and what I really needed was to be heard. What I really needed was to be listened to. What I really needed was for me to be more important than your significant other. What I really needed was a place of my own. A solitary place where I could really be myself. What I needed was you to hug me. What I needed was you to tell me that you loved me. What I needed was you to show me and tell me that I could be anything that I wanted to be in this life. That God would protect me no matter what choice I made it, as long as it was a righteous one. You feel me? I am sitting here telling y'all I didn't get that. Am I a victim? No. But the shit is pissing me off. It's infuriating. And now I'm at the point where finally, after years of being silenced and overlooked and not heard, that made me unable to use my voice. My throat chakra has needed so much work in the last year. And ironically, the work was silence. The work to activate my throat chakra was to become silent. Ain't that something? It took me to become silent to really observe what was going on in my life. To really observe where I made decisions and was manipulated or pointed in the wrong direction. Parents do this thing where they want to give you what they never had. Right? So for example, you might have a parent who grew up and they never celebrated their birthday. Their parents did not believe in holidays. And so they make it a point that you will always get a birthday celebration. You will always get birthday cakes and cards and gifts and even parties. Okay? That's just an example. And the whole time, that person, that child, grows up and doesn't even become a materialistic type of person. I'm not materialistic. I really am not. Like, I really am not materialistic. Like, I am really fine with living a minimalist lifestyle. I don't need... Do I like luxury? Yes. And do I intend on obtaining luxurious items, taking beautiful trips and traveling around the world and giving my children these experiences? Yes, I do. But it's not at the top of my list. I don't wake up in the morning saying, what do I need today to make me feel happy? As far as a material item. What I really needed was extra encouragement. Okay? Was support with words and love and just a type of care that did not require material items. It does something to your mind when God has put something on your heart as a child, but you have to listen to your parents. You have to do what they tell you because they're the parent, they're the adult, right? But you're trying to tell them that you know what you want to do, and they do everything to gear you away from it, and nothing to help you nurture it. Nothing. I had times where I was in literal tears trying to explain what I was here to do. All for what? For the approval, right? The approval of somebody who was not included in this passion project. So now I have to be very careful because although I'm not materialistic, who's to say that my children, that's not going to be the type of love that they need? And so now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I have to cover all of my boundaries. But It's very frustrating to be a mother myself and look back over my life and realize that, damn, I really wasn't valued. And I was sabotaged so many times. I was made to feel like an outcast so many times. You know, speaking with my mother recently, I realized that some of the abuse that I faced as a child, she was aware of. You know, when you're an empath, you can really read between the lines and you have a way of hearing things deeper. So I'm talking to my mom and I'm explaining to her some of the abuse, and she tells me something that really stuck out. She said she knew that this person was bothering me, and she used to tell their parent all the time. And that's actually why that person was kept getting in trouble. This person was living in our house with us, and that's the reason why that person kept getting in trouble, because he kept bothering me. I never thought about that. When you're young and you're a child, we have so many memories that are suppressed. You really only remember the ones the memories that impacted you the most. You don't really remember the in between things that happened. So her saying that made me realize, like, damn. So you knew the whole time that there was an energy around your child, bothering your child, and you made the decision to what? You made the decision to just try to fix it by, I mean, staying married to the person, and hopefully they would fix that person, they would fix their child. But these actions were something that I started before the marriage. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if I met this other child prior to the marriage or not. But I know that I just find it very ironic that my mother would admit to me over 20 years later that that child was getting in trouble because they were tormenting me. What makes you think that a marriage is going to work if your child is being tormented? If you're a parent, I want you to really think about that. If you have a child and they are showing you that they are being bullied, harassed, or even abused by even another child, get the fuck out. Your child is more important than that damn marriage. And I guarantee you, it will not last. Same thing with an adult. You get yourself in a relationship with a grown motherfucker and your child does not like them, that ain't the one, sis. That ain't the one, bruh. I've been going through disciplinary situations with my son, and I had to explain to him recently how privileged he is. Because his father, although he has not been the best provider, when he does have a place of his own, one thing he does is he always makes sure that his son has a room in his home. He might not give me money, but every year this man takes my son shopping for clothes. And Me being young and just wanting things to be better and rights and whole. It was not until recently that I realized just how much more privileged my son is than me, because my father never had a room for me in his home. I remember my father taking me shopping one time. And you know what else happened after that? I said something that made him mad, and he gave my clothes away to his friend's daughter. And no, this is not a bashing session. So if my parents see this, just understand that this is my safe space to speak what I need to speak and help other people get through the mental anguish that they may be suffering from in trying to fix the problems that they have in their minds so that they can accomplish those passions and those the purpose that Allah set out for them. I cannot hold this shit in no more. And I don't feel comfortable talking to y'all. Okay? Now, so I didn't ever really think about how that may have affected me, because I was always able to call my father. I always looked up to my father so much. I don't even think my father realized how much I wanted to be just like him. My father is a minister. I always wanted to minister to people. That was that was part of my purpose, to use music as a ministry and uplift my people. Now I realize my people is more than just one demographic, okay? But this is always that's a part of him that I got. I looked up to my father so much. I wanted to be more like my father than I wanted to be like my mother. Even when I thought my mother was the best thing walking, I always wanted to be like my father. I thought that when I got older, he would embrace me and teach me everything that he knows and take me up under his wing and we would minister together. But that wasn't initiated by him or me. You know, when you're younger and you know you love your parents so much, you want them to just scoop you up and take the lead and say, this is what we're going to do. You know, I want you to be a part of this with me. I want you to do this with me. And when you don't have that, it's disappointing. It pushes you away. It breeds this separation, and it makes you feel like maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not worthy to do this, because if my father can't see it in me, then maybe it's not in me. If my mother doesn't believe that I could be a top selling music artist and that Allah will protect me, maybe it's not meant for me. If my mother doesn't think that doing hair is a lucrative business, and you know, she's older than me, she's wiser than me, I should follow her advice and go to college. Only for me to go to college and take 4 years to complete a 2 year degree. After I just finished high school early at 16 years old. This ain't a bashing session, baby. This is my testimony. So fast forward, I become a 22-year-old mother in the middle of trying to make my dreams pop off. Finally taking a break from college. Something I didn't want to do in the first goddamn place. This baby shows up. There's no perfect way. There's no right or wrong in this life. It's all a matter of getting to the bottom of where you went wrong. And I don't blame my parents for being who they are. They are who they are. And if they didn't see me enough, that's okay. Because the Most High gives me so much comfort. I'm finally, after going so many years of wanting the approval of my peers, my parents, my family, wondering why people don't just, crowd around me and cuddle me and lift me up because they can't see how much I want to do so much for us all. I finally realized that the only love and nurturing and support that I truly ever really need and needed is from the Most High. Because even when everybody around me turned their backs on me, gossiped on my name, made me feel like I wasn't worthy, looked at me with a side eye, gave me that negative ass energy, took things away from me, whether it be opportunities, monetary items, material items, God always showed up for me. Maybe you just needed a reminder today. It's not nobody's fault. You know what I've been doing lately? I've been reminding myself that we are not looking at human beings when we see each other. We are looking at souls. And a lot of us don't even know what our soul came to earth to do. I know what I came to do. You probably know what you came to do. But there are plenty of individuals walking around this motherfucker that don't know why they're here and what they're supposed to be doing. And let me just say, whether you know or you don't know, really don't even fucking matter if you ain't putting no action to it. There are so many things that we have to work through, even if you do know what you're here to do. There are so many things that we have to work through in order to get it done. And this is part of my journey. And I still feel so much resentment. I still feel unable to be honest and tell how I feel. Not only because I'm an empath, I have to be very careful with my energy. But I'm also a very caring individual. And I know that it's not so important to prove my point to hurt somebody else. Eventually, they will get it. If they're meant to, they will get it. Eventually, you will get the opportunity to speak your truth. But the great thing about YouTube, the great thing about social media, is we have an opportunity to talk to people who understand where we are coming from without giving us that opposition that we are so used to facing. I'm getting emotional because I'm so much more than a pretty face. I'm so much more than that. And you may wish that they saw you. You may wish that they saw you for who you truly are. But I'm here to tell you that God will keep them blind until the time is right, baby. And so many times there were people in my life who saw me. They saw me and they encouraged me. not encourage me to do things that they wanted me to do. But they encouraged me to do what I wanted to do. Sorry. They encouraged me to do what I wanted to do. And their encouragement wasn't enough because I was chasing the acceptance and the encouragement and the support from other people that I deem more important. So I missed so many opportunities to be who I truly am. I missed so many opportunities, but at the same time, I'm so grateful for those people because that was my confirmation and still is my confirmation looking back that I'm right and what my purpose is. You know, it's such a relief when someone comes in your life who don't know you from fucking Adam and they know. You feel me? And it's unfortunate that those people aren't enough sometimes of a confirmation. You need that validation from those who share your blood. At least you think you do. But I want to take time out in this video to thank those individuals. Thank my parents. Because it's not your fault that you didn't see. Maybe Allah shielded you from seeing for a reason. Maybe you didn't want to see. I did not expect to get emotional in this video. You know, I didn't. It's my goal to get on here and speak a word every day. So I know this is going to touch somebody. Whoever you are, just know that every day is a new chance. Okay? Don't give up on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Sometimes you just have to rest. I've rested for the last 2 years. I had a good rest for the last year. And when I decided to become celibate is when my mind started to process so many things. You know, before, intimacy and sexual intercourse was the way that I coped. It was the way that I silenced the lack of love. All the love that I felt like I didn't get, that was my way to get it. And I feel so wonderful being celibate this long, and I don't even know how long I'm gonna go. Honestly, my goal is to be married, and I really do believe that I'm gonna wait until I get married, like because I am falling in love with myself, and I'm just getting so much more clarity since I have been celibate. But that is my journey. You know, I'm not saying that's what you should do, but I'm definitely telling you that if you were like me and you coped with sexual intercourse and intimacy from people who you knew you had no business being in a relationship with, you know, they did what y'all did and they got up and left you like it wasn't shit. Got up and left you and made you feel like they were doing nothing but using your body for their only for their satisfaction. It made you feel worse. Then this is for you. I'm telling you, try to refrain from it. Try your hardest. I know it's not easy because we all want to be loved. But that's not true love. That's not the love you need. The love that you need is getting closer to Allah, getting closer to yourself, and really breaking down these things that happen in your life that you may have silenced, that you were afraid to speak up for yourself about for whatever reason. You know, I recently started being honest with my mom and telling her about how I felt about some things, and I have yet to really tell my father to his, you know, because a lot of this stuff is just coming up. I'm not even realizing that I felt this way. I had suppressed so many things. And let me say, my parents are some of the most upstanding individuals on the planet of Earth. They have done so much work in the community. And that's why it makes it so hard for me to realize that they overlooked me and they didn't see how much of a seed I was. And it's okay because I know now that it's my job to finally sprout. I haven't sprouted yet because I had so many other issues that I needed to release and get to the bottom of. And so, I'm a single mom. I've lived in nice places, but right now I'm downtown in the hood. My car is almost 20 years old. That's the update. I forgot to tell y'all the update about the car. I got a truck. I literally manifested me a truck, y'all. And I didn't pay no money for this truck, okay? I lost my car in May, which was also another car that was about 20 years old, but it was nice, good condition. And over the last year, I've had some little issues with it here and there. Most of it was cosmetic. But in May, it gave out on me. And I ended up losing it. It was impounded. It was already paid for. So I didn't need to pay a car note. But I lost my job last November. And I haven't been able to get a job since then, which has been crazy. Because I've had so many jobs in my life. And for the last probably about 4 years, I've been saying how I don't want to work for nobody. I just want to be an entrepreneur. But I have yet to really put, the faith into work. So I really believe that Allah is just forcing me to work on being an entrepreneur. But it's been tough because I got bills, y'all. Ain't nobody paying my bills, okay? The Most High been working it out. But let me tell y'all, like, shit is really rough over here for your girl. You feel me? Like, it's really rough. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like, I want to say about a month ago, I did a specific manifestation exercise. And prior to that, my son and me have been talking, like, we want a truck. I love trucks. I'm a truck girl. Like, I don't want no little 2-seater car. I don't care about them type of vehicles. I like a truck, okay? Because eventually, I like to go camping. I want to do some gardening. I like to go out and be out in the wilderness with my children. And then just the vibe of a truck. You sitting up high, you know what I'm saying? Looking down on the peons. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. So me and my son had this thing where we'd be like, oh, I want a truck. I'm like, I'm going to get us a truck. And he decided he wanted to go to public school this year. And I'm like, if I don't get no car, like, you're going to have to homeschool again. But I'm going to try my very hardest. Y'all, I literally did a manifestation exercise, I want to say a little over a month ago. And recently my neighbors sold their home, and getting emotional because I'm looking at it and I just feel so magical. They sold their home, and for like the last year, me and my son, when they would go out of town, they would pay us to feed their cat. And literally my neighbor was like asking me what happened to my car, and I told her, and she was just like, well, we have 3 vehicles and we really don't need 3 vehicles. Would you be offended if we gave you a truck? So the truck is literally the color that I wanted. It's black. And what's so crazy is it's the same truck That was the very first truck that my father bought me in high school. So it's just like, when I tell you, when you start working on yourself and you really have faith in the Most High and just try, that manifestation exercise was me trying. I had no idea how that was gonna happen, and it did. So I have to share my testimony because I'm not just talking. You feel me? Like, I know that I have so much power within me, and even though I'm having tough times right now, it's not gonna break me. Like, it's not gonna break me, and all this opposition that I felt throughout my life is for a reason. Like, I just know that it's some big shit brewing. You feel me? God got a plan for me, just like He got a plan for you. So stay prayed up, keep it positive, be honest with yourself. When you can, be honest with your loved ones. Tell them how they affected you. Tell them what you went through and maybe going through now. But y'all, life be life, and miracles happen. Okay, so I'm finally at the point now where I'm just like, I don't want to talk. You feel me? That's why it's so hard for me to get on YouTube, because I don't want to talk. Everybody got something to say, and I'm just like, I want to get about that action. You feel me? I don't even really have nothing to show y'all, but that is my testimony. This truck that I got for free. Okay. And so, yeah. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So I had mentioned in another video that I was gonna tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, a little update, but I was waiting till I got it. Now I got it, it's here, we good, you know what I'm saying? So there are real life angels walking amongst this earth. You feel me? You know if you won, you feel me? I know I'm one. I know I'm a motherfucking angel. An angel, demon, motherfucking slayer. You feel me? So come on over here with that negative energy if you want to, and let me watch you. Let me just show you what I do. Okay? So, I love y'all. 42:22, and I look at the clock. It's all kind of 11s up in that motherfucker. I love y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Again, this is not meant to disrespect anybody. Of course, look at me, still caring about people's feelings and shit. I love y'all. This ain't meant to hurt nobody. Just me expressing myself, just trying my best to uplift my community, anybody that's watching. And I will be back with another word tomorrow, maybe later tonight, because I'm trying to get these views up. Like I said, I'm unemployed. You feel me? Let me see if I can get some of this YouTube money. And if not, you know, it's cool. I just want a community. I want my people. Okay, so happy Friday, y'all. I love y'all. Be easy. Stay starred up.